Sneak around Europe and put your criminal instincts to the test. This is our review of Caper Europe.
Caper Europe is a set collection card drafting tug-of-war style game where two players battle to become criminal masterminds. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
As with every Keymaster game, the production values are great, the mechanics are fun, however I can't help feeling that it'll get a little repetitive for me after a while. We'll tell you why after the how to play.
The game is played over 6 rounds with players alternating between playing thief cards and gear cards.
Each game there will be 3 locations where players can play their cards at, including buildings from Paris, London, Barcelona, and Rome.
On odd turns, players will play thief cards on top of one of the 3 spots at each location. And on even turns, players will play gear cards on top of the thief cards.
Turns consist of choosing a card to play, and then passing your deck to the opposing player to create an alternating draft selection process.
Players earn points and take actions based on the abilities of their thieves and the gear on top of their thieves.
The Move the Location tracker symbol allows players to gain more control of the 3 locations.
At the end of 6 rounds, a player wins the location when the caper tracker is closer to their side of the board.
Players then add up the points from their winning locations, as well as the points that they gain throughout the game.
At the end of 6 rounds, the player with the most points wins.
It's no secret that we're big fans of Keymaster Games and all the games that they create, and I was really excited when we did the unboxing and we looked at everything because the production value of this game is top notch. All the pieces are great, the cards are fun, and the artwork is elaborate, so I really love the look and the feel of everything about this game. The mechanics of this game are simple enough to learn, so it doesn't take that long to teach someone. If you want to play a game and they've never played it before, you can immediately start playing after only a few minutes of you do this, you play your cards, and we go. It's a 2-player game. It's card drafting, set collection, and tug-of-war. So you have your decks, you choose your cards, you play them, collecting your set of thieves and gear, but then you got to pass the deck and draft between the 2 players. So you choose what you want most and then pass it.
The card drafting mechanic isn't anything new to us, so I really do have a lot of fun with that because you're going through the cards and you're like, okay, I need this, but I think he needs that. I kind of like playing a little game myself, like, all right, I'll draw this, and then I get the cards back after he picks his, and I'm like, I knew it. He did go for that one.
I do like the mechanic that it alternates who gets to play their card first. So there are some cards in the deck that let you burn another card. So if a player plays a card, you can take their card out of the game and remove their points or whatever they received for that card. So it could become important who goes first. And I like that it alternates. However, I wish it could be a little bit more randomized. It's on the board who goes first and which cards they get. And yeah, I know you could switch turns of who's going first and who's going second. I just wish there was a little bit more randomization as far as who goes when in the turn order selection process.
I also really like that the locations have different decks that you can play. So every time you replay the game, you can say, all right, let's do Barcelona this time and not Rome or Paris. And then it switches it up a little bit with the thieves, gear, and the locations. Sometimes the locations may have more unique abilities than another one you played. So every game's going to be a little bit different.
One of the things I really like about Parks, one of Keymaster's other games, is how many different options there are to get points so that you can try to take the lead at the end of the game. This one has a lot of options as well to get the points because you can earn points that are just immediate points. You play it and it'll be worth a point at the end. You can get items that will be worth points depending on the sets that you have. You can get points depending on which cards are played in which group. You can get points if you win the location and have certain cards. I like the different mathematical equations you kind of have to do in your head to figure out which way am I going to get the most points by doing what I'm going to do. I do appreciate that mechanic a lot.
Sometimes I like to get into the board game and think like, what if this was a movie, or what would this remind me of? It kind of reminds me of if Wes Anderson made a board game. So like the Grand Budapest Hotel, right? All the characters are quirky, you get these different angles, and I think the time period's around the same too as of like spy, but not like James Bond spy, like kind of just like silly spy.
Now, like I said at the top, I love a lot about this game. The production value, the theming, the mechanics, it's a lot of fun. The first time you play it, it's a lot of fun. You're gonna get into it, you're gonna wanna play it again. You play it a couple times. After you play this enough, you're gonna start to develop a strategy. And if both players have played this a lot, you'll probably have similar strategies and you're both gonna be going for the same thing. And I know it's a duel type of game where it's the first player to get the most wins the game. However, if you're both going for that same thing, it's basically just who gets there first, and you're just kind of repeating the same motions over and over again. And even though there's a lot of variety in this game, there's a lot of fun thieves, a lot of cool gear, different mechanics depending on the location, you're still gonna have the same strategy for the most part, no matter what the gears say, no matter what the thieves' actions say, no matter what you get from the location. It's still gonna be, you want to win more than one location. You want to try to get as many double points as you can. You want to try to get as many items as you can. So it becomes a little repetitive once you've played it a few times and that initial funness factor wears off. So even though the cards and everything about it has a lot of variety to it, I don't feel like it has a lot of replay factor long term. Immediately, I think everyone should play it, experience it, enjoy it, and have some fun with it. I just don't think that this is going to be the game that every year we're like, oh, we have to play that game because I miss playing it.
I would probably say the biggest drawback for me is the two-player part. I enjoy us playing these bigger games where 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, depending on the game night. But usually the two-player games, we kind of have to set up some extra time, like, okay, let's play a two-player game.
And to be fair, there's really no other way that this game can be played because it's designed to be a duel type of game. So you couldn't really make this a 4-player game without really changing the mechanics.
So overall, for every Keymaster Games, very high points for production value, right? The box, the inserts that come in, game pieces, metal coins, the scoundrel. I really like that, high points. The mechanics, sure, card drafting, nothing new to us. Very fun back and forth tug of war. The funness, yeah, I thought it was fun. Replayability, I'll probably give it a 6 overall.
I love all the production value. I love the theming. 10 out of 10 for that. Love everything about it. The mechanics are simple and fun. It's a good back and forth, nothing too complicated. The funness factor, the first couple times you play it, it's amazing. You're gonna love it. It's just, it loses that funness factor over time. So there's a diminishing returns on the replayability. So overall, I'm gonna give it a 7.
And because it was a 2-player game, we were the only ones who played it. So Teresa and Juliana don't have scores.
And that was our review of Caper Europe.
What'd you think? You ready to don your thief outfit and be the mastermind of this heist? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny. And go party like a board gamer.